Hello everyone, happy Sunday. This is Simon with Our Trade. Welcome to our weekly webinar, Mapping Out Your Week Ahead. And as I usually start with the quote of the traders when they say you plan your trade and then you trade your plan. And that's the purpose of this webinar. I'm speaking to new people now. There are no tricks, no, holy grail. It's about us being prepared and trying to make a plan for the upcoming week. And as we all know, the market's been chaotic to say the least. Few things about myself. My name is Simon Friedman. I'm a senior account manager with AvaTrade. I've been involved with trading for almost 25 years. June of this year will be 25 years. I started as a prop trader in New York City. I did it for about 11 years, and after that I moved into a less stressful environment, and I continue to be involved, of course, with trading. And I'm very happy to have this great opportunity to be assisting our customers at AvaTrade. The agenda of the webinar, as usual, we speak about indices, stocks, commodities, forex. We combine some fundamentals with technicals. We'll go through economic calendar. We'll go through some losers and winners, and then we'll take a look at the charts towards the end. Risk warning, you can find the full statement at avatrade.com. And of course, everything we do here is purely educational. We do not suggest any trades. Social media channels, please feel free to subscribe and follow us on our social media channels. You have Telegram, you have X, and YouTube, as I usually say, it's my favorite. You have a lot of information there, including tutorials, educational material, webinars, including this one. So please subscribe, click on that bell. You'll be notified. If you are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to click the likes if you like it. Of course, we're not asking you to fake, and share with people they might be benefit, and of course subscribe and click on that bell to be notified. So it's been quite a week, especially the Friday. The culmination of the week was brutal. The stocks really tumbled. We had Dow Jones down 1.7%, S&P's down 2%, and Nasdaq was the biggest loser, down 2.7%, according to FactSet data. So here, the articles that I use here, all the articles are from the marketwatch.com, so you can read them fully there. Stocks are paced for their worst month since 2022. Could April bring buying opportunities? And it just reminds me of the principle of Warren Buffett says, when everybody else is fearful, I'm greedy, and when everybody is greedy, I'm fearful. So I mean, it could be that this drop could attract some buyers, or it could be the opposite. It could be that we are continuing going lower, especially this week. We're having something that President Trump calls Liberation Day. He's announcing more tariffs on April 2nd. So as we know, this tariff war has been going on, and it's been shaking the markets a lot. Also, we had some data that really pushed the markets down on Friday. We had the PCE, the personal consumption data, and it came out excluding food and energy. It went up 0.4%. The expectation was to be up 0.3, so it's more than expectation, and that pushes actually the year over year to 2.7% instead of 2.7 or 2.8 instead of 2.7 prior. So it's way above the target of the Feds of 2%, right? And then another part of the data came that really the personal spending is really slowing, and it was really, really disappointing for February. And as I think we spoke at least once here about the consumers having a lot of uncertainty with the tariffs and the policy changes from the White House. So that data, we'll take a look at the chart later. When the data came out before the market opened, the indices start falling, and then the stocks start falling when the market opens. So that's as far as the indices and the markets out there. They look really scary here, right? And as we said, some buyers might use this negative sentiment as preparation for buying. We'll find out. Another article here, stocks fall sharply to the end of the week. Stagflation fears are back in the spotlight. It says right here, stocks ended the final full week of March on a sore note, and a combination of sticky inflation and jitter over consumer health is getting much of blame after disappointing round of Friday data. So just pretty much saying what we said before. Now Tesla, as we know, this continues. It says right here, Tesla takedown day. What that mean or has meant for the stock. So on March 29, it says right here, let's just read it together really quick, which the organizers of the Tesla takedown called Global Day of Action to protest and stop CEO Elon Musk peacefully. As it relates to Musk, what the protesters want to stop are likely are Dodge cuts. Musk is the de facto leader of President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, which has been rankling political partisans since Trump's January 20th inauguration. Musk has been far more aggressive than politicians are used to, pointing out in interviews and actions are far more effective than reports. All right, I'm not going to bore you with more reading, but the bottom line, they don't like what Elon Musk is doing with President Trump, so they're protesting. Tesla went down. I don't know if because of that, but the whole market went down on Friday. So anyway, Tesla, very controversial as usually. By the way, there was another article I read over the weekend that Musk sold the X, or former Twitter, to himself from one company to another. Both companies are privately held. So went from X to the XAI. So he's saying that he just wants to combine things with his AI technology. Here we go. Trade war is about to ramp up. A guide for tariff week. And it says right here, the first paragraph, prepare for everything, everywhere. Onslaught of trade developments in the week of Trump administration unveils its much talked about tariffs. And the details are here. All right, so it's all about tariffs. 2nd of April comes out on Wednesday. So it's going to be interesting. Now, the Fed's next meeting scheduled for May 7th. The cut probability, according to this, 18.5%, a little bit up. So a month ago, probability was 31%, a week ago, 14.3%, and a day ago, and today is 18.7% probability of the rate cuts in May. Now, we come to economic calendar. Just a few words, especially for new people. This is public information. You can access it on our web trader or the app. Also, you can just Google it. It comes ahead of time, so traders could be prepared for certain things. What I do here, I take out the high impact events only. So you can see all in red. You can choose whatever it's related to your trading, whatever it makes sense for what you trade. Also here I have times in GMT, and these are the things coming out for this week. So I mean, I shouldn't say how important it is, because I think every trader should know these things ahead of time. Whether you trade into it or stay away, that's your business. But I think as traders, we should be prepared for any important events and announcements, so we don't get caught and be surprised or shocked by certain things. So Monday, we have a manufacturing PMI from China with non-manufacturing PMI as well. Retail sales from Germany, manufacturing index from Japan. Tuesday, retail sales from Australia, another manufacturing PMI from China. Interest rate decisions from Australia. The expectation is to keep the rates at the same level, 4.1%. We have CPI numbers from European Union. President Lagarde speaks on Tuesday as well. Manufacturing PMI from US. ADP employment data comes, it's kind of an indication from a different agency, right? Indication what to expect on non-farm payrolls on Friday. Thursday, we have trade balance from Australia, service PMI from China, CPI from Switzerland, and service PMIs from US. And Friday, it's one of the most important data of the month. We have NFPs, non-farm payrolls. We'll find out how many jobs were added. Together, we have details on the hourly earnings and unemployment data and other things. And also, Canada reports that on the same day, all the employment data. So these are the things that we are expecting to see in economic calendar for the upcoming week. Okay, and as a tradition, we'll go through losers and winners. I didn't post the FX winners or losers because the percentage is very low, nothing super significant. But commodities, as usual, we have a lot of moves percentage-wise. So on the winning side, silver was up almost 4% for the week. Cocoa up 3.63, cotton almost 2.5% higher, gold up 2.19. I think we also made all-time high on gold prices. Palladium up 2.11%. And on the downside, wheat lost more than 5%, sugar down 3.35%, coffee down 3%, and corn down 2.42%. So we'll take a look at these guys when we get to commodities. And let's start. We're going to bring the charts now, and we'll start going through some charts. So as usual, we start with indices. We'll start with China. As you could see, China tried a few weeks back, and we came right back below, and we are still about the old moving averages here, but that attempt to break through the previous resistance failed, and we're back into this channel between 12,850s and 13,720s kind of. We're approaching about the middle of that channel. We've been here for a while, consolidating, right? So that's on China. Now, of course, the indices had a huge sell-off the previous week, right? We'll take a look. We're talking about the US indices, right? So let's take a quick look. This is brutal. Friday, take a look. First of all, 3 consecutive days, and Friday being one of the largest ranges. I think the only one was bigger. It was back in December when the sell-off started, right? So S&Ps just broke through that support on Friday, and we closed at the lows, which indicates that we might continue Monday, especially that we approaching that Wednesday's tariffs decision or not, or maybe we might see some buyers getting excited and thinking that we're cheap here, so they will come and buy, and we closed at 56.04. Dow Jones as well, we actually stopped right at the level of the previous tail here, and Nasdaq was the weakest one. You could see here, been dropping a lot. We had an attempt to reach the 200 moving average, then 3 consecutive days to the downside, closing at 19,370. You could see it's a clear, obvious weakness in the indices. Russell, the small caps as well, it's weak. Here we go, German DAX back into the channel. we did try running, and then the last 3 days we went down. Friday we closed at 22,671. UK index, it's holding up. It didn't really have this. It didn't really have the sell-off. We're sitting right on 50-day moving average here. What's the reason for that strength? I'm not sure, but it is holding nicely there. Okay, so that's the indices. I mean, we clearly saw that sell-off after the data, and let's see how we start this upcoming week. Now, let's go to individual stocks, and we'll start with NVIDIA. As we know, NVIDIA took the market high on the AI excitement, and it also pushed the market down on that sell-off in the stocks. You could see we're clearly making a downtrend here, making lower highs and lower lows. It's obvious. So the next checkpoint, if we continue lower here, we were at this current move, we were as low as 104.70. That was on March 11th. You see a big picture here. It's clearly, if we continue lower, we might dive below 100. And before the higher move from here, we were back in August of last year as low as $90.61. So that's on NVIDIA. Now, let's go through the big guys, right? We spoke about Boeing with that contract from military of the F-47, the new jet. There was a lot of excitement on that news, and then we came right below 177, closing at close to 173, and right on 50-day moving average. Tesla, as we said, had a nice run here, but this the last 3 days of sell-offs pushed the stocks lower, and Tesla was not an exception. We are below the 200 moving average here on Tesla. Meta, right on 200 moving average here. It went up strong, it went down even stronger. So you could see here, right on 200 moving average here. Google, we just broke through the previous recent support on the way down. Apple, it looks stronger than others, but we're still pointing lower here, right? We had a nice support around 220s, and then Friday we broke below that again. Microsoft, as we know, it has been the weakest one, and it is continuing to be. So we kind of testing the previous low here from March 10th, which was 377. We closed at 378.88 on Microsoft. Intel, that CEO excitement kinds of is wearing off, right? We are below the 200 moving average here. We could be moving lower to close the gap, or we could find some support around the 50 and 100 moving average here. That's on Intel. Now banks, as we know, we said that we should be watching banks as kind of an indication what's happening. The banks went higher, we sold, we had a nice correction here to the upside. And take a look, 3 consecutive days with the gaps. Goldman stopped right on 200 moving average, that Goldman Sachs. JP Morgan looks much stronger here. We not reaching the 200 moving average yet. Bank of America, weak as well, just broke through the 200 moving average. Citigroup, a little stronger, between 100 and the 200 moving average. So those are the banks. Now, on the strong side, look at AT&T. It just totally ignores what the market is doing. Really solid move to the upside, nice corrections, and we're just stepping up here on AT&T. If you remember at one of the webinars, we said that CEO said this is just the beginning. He's very excited about the new things. And it looks like AT&T is just stepping up, totally ignoring this downtrend on the market. So that's really important to notice. Friday, we did have a red day, but pretty much flat. The opening was 28.19, the closing 28.17, 2 cents lower, right? So that's AT&T showing a very nice strength there. Let's move to commodities, and we'll go through the list of losers and winners first. Silver, we said the silver was up almost 4% for the week. We are testing the highs for this recent move. As we know, with this sell-off in the market and uncertainty, it looks like the safe haven kicked in. We can see it in gold, right? Gold is just stepping up. We did close at the highs. The high on gold, 30,086.69. We closed a little bit lower than the high of the day. Super strong. So metals, the rest of the metals actually had a nice week as well. So we started with that silver, right? Up almost 4%. We're facing the upcoming resistance here. Let's see how that works out. Cocoa, of course, we speak less about cocoa now, but the long term, we saw that move returning to 7, making all-time highs, and now we're all the way down. And we said it a week ago, or prior to that, we said that it might be on the way to retest that 7,000 again. We're kind of holding that 8,000 area here, right? So we had the strong week, up 2.5%. Palladium, another one that moved this week higher. We are trying this third attempt to break through this 995 area. This is the daily chart you could see here. We sold from here. We came with this tail testing, and this past Friday, we tried that again and failed. So on a weekly chart, it is trying 4 consecutive weeks to the upside, but we still couldn't break through this down week from February 23rd, right? So let's see if we manage to do that on palladium. Now on the downside, grains are super weak. Towards the end of Friday, we actually had a bounce. Here we go. Wheat has been having a pretty, down week here. We came to the previous, we stopped actually at the previous support, but we were at a much lower levels here. I'm just gonna bring you 30-minute chart just to get an idea. We did sell off, and then with the new session open, we had the nice bounce and closing around 528. The big question is, are we turning around here? See, could be that we took out the stops and came right back into the bottom of this channel 528. So that's on wheat. Definitely we're gonna watch it. Maybe this bad luck is finishing, and we might see some bounce in wheat. So wheat is down for the week 5.3%. Sugar, another one, it's been having issues. We've been selling. We are trading on the daily chart below all 3 major moving average, 50, 100, and 200. If we continue lower, we might retest this previous tail at 1876. Coffee, you could see here, we start making lower highs, but the lows are still intact. So technically we could go either way. We just close below 50-day moving average. If we continue lower, we might retest this previous support at 366.25. If we decide to go higher and breaking this high of 405, we break this formation and might continue higher from here. So that's on coffee. And corn, as we said, grains are really weak. Corn, similar idea, So what happened to wheat towards the end of the day? We did sell off, making a low for the week, and then we had a nice bounce to the upside. And if we're already looking at grains, soybeans actually much stronger. They had a second consecutive day to the upside. So the question is, will the other two catch up that upside move? We're talking about wheat and corn for this week. So again, wheat and corn out of commodities are definitely worth watching, as we had an intense sell-off here, but then the buyers came in and brought it up to the previous support kind of thing. Similar idea with corn. So that's on grains. Let's take a quick look at oil. I know we tried that 70 number. Where's oil? Here we go. Crude oil, we did try this week to break through 70. We failed. We hit 70.20, and next day we tried. And then Friday was a sell-off together with the market, as of course the fear of demand kicks in with the equity markets falling. So we did close at 69.02. That's on oil. And let's take a quick look at copper. This will be the last commodity. After this crazy move on Wednesday, 536.95. The very next day we sold, and Friday we're down again. And let's see what's happening. This could be a sign of a turnaround. Of course, with all the tariffs and uncertainty, copper really reacted to it. It went higher. We did speak about it a few times. We broke through the week of 2022 February, and then the next move here we also passed, and after that tail we came right back. So we did close the week below the previous high. Let's see how it plays, and of course it will also depend on how China looks. As of now, it doesn't look that strong, right? And copper is sensitive to how China index is showing up there. Okay, so that's commodities. Let's move to Forex. We'll go through major ones, and then we'll take a look first at dollar index. We are holding about that 103.25. That's the key level from which we started this move back in November. We briefly dive below, came right back, and we are holding that level. Of course, with the inflation high, Feds are not in a rush to cut, so they give a little bit of strength to a dollar. Nothing super excited. We're still trading below the 200 moving average, but we are holding above this support 103.25. So of course, euro dollar is just the mirror image, as we said. We're having a resistance here, 109.34. The last 2 days we tried to move higher. We are above 200 moving average here. Pound is just sitting here, also looking for opportunities to retest that 130.45. USD CAD still in this tight channel here. We are testing the support. We did try this week to break through it, 142.79. We are holding nicely there. Dollar Swiss sitting right on 200 moving average right here. So things are kind of an anticipation. They're trying to see how the tariffs think will go on Wednesday, and definitely the NFPs on Friday. So this week is intense, and it will affect, of course, the equities, and dollar and gold, and all the usual suspects that are sensitive to the markets. Now, dollar yen, something that caught my eye, that we just crossed 50-day moving average, crossed below the 200, something that analysts call dead cross, the opposite of the golden cross when the 50 moves higher, right? So some analysts take it as a signal for selling. let's see how that will work out. We did break below on Friday, and we closed at the low. So we'll take a look what dollar yen is doing. And as a tradition, we'll take a look what yen is doing against other currencies. It looks like Friday, yen got some strength as the market sold. You know, classic scenario, we have 3 participants in safe haven. We have gold, Swiss franc, and yen. But in the past years, gold remained a true safe haven, as yen had its own issues, and Swiss franc probably less. But still, when the big drops are happening, it looks like the money flows into those 3. Gold, we saw the all-time high. We saw yen again strength on Friday with the market sell-off. And let's take a quick look at the Swiss. Swiss as well reacted to it. So you could see dollar Swiss went down. So these are the things in Forex. And let's take a quick look for dessert in cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, we are trading below 200 moving average here, below the trend line. Current price 82,000, 83,280, right? So downside pressure is still there. XRP, as we said, as long as it holds about 2, it's still strong, as this crazy move from 55 cents is still holding very nicely. We did have few attempts, this huge tails breaking through to $2, but we're clearly holding that mark on XRP. That's it pretty much. We are done with our weekly plan. Please don't forget about the social media. You have Telegram, you have X, YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to click likes. Some funny way it works, if you have more likes, more people can watch it. So think of others. Share with people that might be interested, and write your comments, questions if you have any. Just summarize in 2 sentences. It's going to be a busy week. After a busy week we just had, market closed at the lows, huge drops on the weekly basis or on the monthly basis. We said that the major US indices lost more than in 2022 drop. And the big question is, what's next? Will this attract buyers as bargain prices, or will it create more panic and attract more sellers? We have NFPs, we have other things coming out this week, and the big question, quote unquote, Liberation Day on 2nd of April, how that will affect the markets. Have a wonderful weekend. We still have some time. Get some energy, spend some time with your family, and prepare yourself for the exciting week. I wish everyone a successful week. All the best. Take care.